Hi everyone. Just doing our weekly readings. This week we will be starting with the fire signs. So hi Aries, how are we? So if anyone's interested in the rotation, it's going to be this week. It's going to be fire, then earth, then air, and then the water signs. So uploaded each element per day. And then, of course, closer to the weekends, we will be doing the all signs readings. This weekend, we will be doing a shadow work all signs reading. So keep your eye out for that. If shadow work is something of interest to you, we're really going to sort of be trying to delve into the darker side of ourselves this week with that shadow reading. Okay, so they can be quite confronting, but if that's something that you're sort of prepared to explore, make sure you do keep an eye out for that with the full moon coming up this weekend. But we'll just sort of head on into it for you, Aries. Today I am using the 7th Seal Lenormand deck. I do also have with me today the Island Time Wellness deck there, and I do have one of my brand new Oracle decks. I have worked with rune decks in the past. This particular one is the Witch's Familiar rune deck. Okay, so I do have a handmade rune deck as well that I do sometimes like to use. So you may see that one as well. But I'm going to get started with a rune for you at the moment, Aries. Just sort of, give us a bit of an insight into what's going on with you and your person this week, Aries. So we are looking at your person this week, and I will be sort of drawing a card or two toward the end specifically in regard to if you and your person are in no contact. Okay, so we will sort of do that separately, I think. So if your person, you are currently in no contact with them, obviously the whole read may apply, but I will sort of specify toward the end if there is someone that we are not in contact with, that we do sort of consider our person or somebody quite important in our love life or whatever that may be in your situation. Okay, so we're doing that at the end there, like I said. So um, Oh, and make sure you do comment, even just in a little emoji or something, because everyone that does comment will go in the draw for a free personal reading when I hit 100 subscribers. So make sure you, like and subscribe to the video channel as well. See if we can get up to 100 sometime soon, so we can draw that for you guys. But yeah, other than that, I think that's all our little business for our intro today. But like I said, we will sort of be looking more towards your person today. Okay, Aries, I have just uploaded an all signs singles, as well as a what's coming up next in love. So, if you are already attached, if you're already single and you don't actually have a person, one of those reads may sort of resonate a little bit better for you there, as today we are looking at specific people. Okay, but moving over for you there, Aries, getting actually started for us. Um, like I said, I will draw a rune card for us to start the read today. So Aries and their person, please. Aries and their person. Okay, Aries. So our overview card today is going to be the Wunjo rune card today. Okay, so you can see there it's a beautiful card in this particular deck. We do sort of see a hummingbird with the moon in the background and some beautiful flowers there. Now I'll just check my little guide here. I do have the guide from the Witch's Familiar runic oracle with me, so I'll just read out those keywords. So we're looking at joy, pleasure, belonging, kindred and prosperity. So overall, that's a really fantastic rune for us to be having for our overview. Looks like there may be, a bit of a kindred spirit kind of a bond going on with you and your person. Quite a lot of joy, pleasure, prosperity within the connection there. So, and if there's currently none of those things, we're going to be talking about bringing those into the connection a little bit more as well. Okay, so we'll get started there for Aries and their person. Aries and their person, please. What's going on in this connection, please? And I'll clarify as we go. Firstly, I'll show you. We have drawn the Clover card there. These particular cards are a bit weird to pick up on the camera there, but that is the clover. Pick a 4-leaf clover and you'll have good luck, Aries. So as we were seeing with that rune, a lot of prosperity available to you in this connection at the moment. The clover really does talk about good fortune, especially in the shorter sort of term. So this sort of current week or so may be sort of a really sort of happy, joyous period within the connection. The clover also does talk about taking risks. Okay, I know we haven't got to the no contact section as of yet, but if you are in no contact with your person, it's sort of letting you know, take a bit of a risk, go out on a limb and take a chance on love with this person, because it really will be paying out for you this week, Aries. The next card we are seeing is the Crossroads card. As you can see in this card, it is kind of a little bit of like a Rubik's Cube maze sort of imagery there, that labyrinth kind of imagery with the crossroads. So the crossroad really does talk about choosing your path, making a choice or decision. So there may be some sort of upcoming decision coming there for you. I feel like it is just that decision whether or not to take the risk. There may be some sort of risk involved in this choice that you are making. So I do feel, though, that with the Clover card, I do like to always sort of let people know high risk, high reward. Okay, so sometimes it is well worth taking those big risks with love, because if you never put your love out there, how are you going to receive love in return? So the crossroad card, though, so choosing the right path for you. It may feel like you're in a bit of a maze at the moment, a bit of a labyrinth where you don't know which direction to take. So I will get some clarity on this particular card there, but we are sort of looking definitely at some sort of choice and choosing the next path, the next steps you want to take within this connection with this person. So can we just get some clarity for the crossroad for Aries, please? Okay, so Aries, we are seeing the cross coming on through there. So I do find that quite a lot of the time, especially in the love readings, the cross actually does talk about, choosing to remove some of the burdens that you may have felt in the past, taking a risk in order to remove those burdens. But it has such a strong connection here with spirituality and religion. So if it doesn't matter what you sort of believe in there, but it really does talk about trusting the universe or trusting in God, that whatever path you take, it's kind of predestined for you. So there's a really strong element of destiny that does come through with the cross card, and it kind of just lets me know that no matter which path you take, that you're following your own destiny. Okay, so just having trust that no matter which choices you make and no matter which path you do take, that everything will sort of work out exactly as intended. And with the overall having quite a lot of joy and prosperity, I do feel that you are going to be making some choices that are going to be leading you to, that really super destiny type connection. We did see with that rune as well, it did mention, the kindred spirit kind of energy as well. So we definitely are looking at that strong element of, like a destined type connection between you and your person as well. So That's beautiful, Aries. But we'll have a bit of a look at what's going on when it comes directly to your person's energy. So, Aries person, please. Aries person. What's going on with Aries person and the way that they're feeling about Aries currently, please? How is Aries person feeling about Aries? Okay, and what will this person's next actions be towards Aries, please? What will this person's next actions be towards Aries, please? Okay, and near future outcomes between Aries and their person. Grab one. Okay. Okay. So Aries, the your person's feelings towards you there, you know, we are seeing the snake and the fish as well. Okay, so we are seeing that, you know, I'm feeling this may be sort of a dual energy going on here, that in the past there may have been some sort of sensation of deception. They may feel as though you have deceived them in some way, Aries. It's not really a huge um, feeling coming through, but it is just there sort of niggling in the background. So your person may have sort of, you know, felt that you have sort of deceived them in some way, shape, or form. You know, it's like I said, it's nothing really dramatic, but it is just some sort of, you know, just feeling that, yeah, there's just something kind of a bit troublesome coming out of that snake card at the moment. Just you know, that vibe of like Medusa had the hair of snakes, right? And if you look her in the eyes, she'll turn you to stone. So it kind of feels like your person's kind of feeling like somehow you've turned them to stone a little bit. You've made them quite hard and cold and sort of trying to turn away from you slightly, Aries. So that may not resonate for all of you there with your person, but there may have been some sort of deception in the past that is sort of still sort of in the background of this connection. Okay, but ultimately there in love readings the snake really does talk about you know, strong feelings of temptation and desire towards you. You know, that physical sexual energy, they're really looking at you like, hi Aries. So you know, in a physical connection, you know, they are really drawn to you, and they do desire you greatly, especially with this abundance card here. So the fish really does talk about abundance, and it can also be a bit of a financial card. So you know, when I was talking about that deception, they may feel that that's how you've deceived them. There may be an element of some sort of financial distrust. Okay, so like I said, not going to resonate for everybody, but for some people, your person does have a little bit of financial distrust towards you, Aries. But the overwhelming feeling is that sort of physical connection, desire coming on through from your person there. And you know, with the fish being a sort of abundance card, it does talk quite a lot about you know, lots of stuff, like, so it's like everything all at once. They feel like you know, you are their abundance, and you do sort of really create so much love within them. I feel that their feelings are kind of overwhelming them with the abundance of feeling that they do have towards you, Aries. Now that's not a very I don't normally get that off the fish card there, but that strongly is coming through today, that it's just this sort of abundance of feelings towards you, abundance of emotions towards you. So maybe that's where those deceptions are coming from as well, because you know, when we do have an abundance of emotions, we do get sort of overloaded, and we sort of start to wonder, are we deceiving ourselves? So they may sort of just be in a little bit of an energy where they're like, I feel so much for Aries that I just I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed. I'm feeling like that there must be something deceiving me about the way that I'm feeling about Aries. So your person is in a little bit of a contradiction at the moment, Aries, but with that physical connection coming through strong. And as you can see in this fish card, it is just the two fish in this particular card. Okay, so they are sort of feeling like you are their fish, and you guys are swimming around this beautiful little pearl in the middle. So you can kind of envision that pearl is all the beautiful emotion between the two of you. They're sort of circling that there, and you know wanting to just chill out with their little fishy by the sound of that there. So the fish sometimes can sort of talk about a Pisces or a Gemini, as well as Aquarius. Okay, so your person may have some placements with those, or you may have some of those sort of placements there. But that's how they're sort of feeling about you at the moment. A little bit overwhelming sort of emotion coming through, which is, like I said, it's not normally something I get from those cards, but it is coming through pretty strong. But then when it comes to their next actions towards you, Aries, we are seeing the Mountain as well as the bouquet. Okay, so the mountain really does, a lot of the time the mountain does talk about having to climb over obstacles to get to the new opportunities, but I feel that what we're sort of seeing here is that with the flowers, because the flowers is such a giving energy, it's kind of just letting me know that your person really is really willing to give to this and do the hard work to sort of see their way clear with this connection. They may feel that there might be some delays or challenges that you guys are facing, but they're really willing to put in that hard work to get to the top of the mountain with you and overcome any obstacles or delays that there may be within the connection. Now, the flowers there, yeah, like I said, very, very giving kind of energy. And it does talk about, wanting to give to you as well as wanting to receive as well, because when you do give, receiving is also quite important with the flowers as well. So sometimes it can talk about a physical gift as well. So their next action may be to sort of give you something physically, like even a bunch of flowers, or as we see in this picture, a vase of flowers. So it can sometimes mean a physical gift as well. So you never know, Aries. You could have some flowers in the near future for you there. But as their next action, I really feel that that's just sort of letting us know that they're sort of willing to overcome any challenges that you guys are facing. So if there is some sort of issues going on, they're really willing to give to this connection and overcome those with you. So And then when we do see the near future actions, we do have the scythe, the house, and then the child. Okay, so we are seeing some sort of sudden, quick change or a break, something that they may as an outcome. There may be some, I'm not feeling the break very much with this particular scythe. As you can see, it's got the mountains in the background. So I feel like they are, going to be suddenly making these changes to overcome these challenges. So if there are certain things that you need for them to change, I feel like being vocal with them and just letting them know, like, this is an obstacle we need to overcome. They really are going to be wanting to implement those changes, and they're more than happy to do that quite quickly as well, I'm finding. So these outcomes may be quite sudden, okay? You might be seeing sort of sudden changes in your person, okay? But it's all headed towards stability. The house really does talk about security and stability. Side note, for some of you, Aries, it could actually just talk about, you guys wanting to move in together, or visiting one another's houses, that kind of a vibe as well, in a more literal kind of sense, wanting to sort of have that, but it's really like about wanting to sort of have that stable family home with you, and that you kind of feel like home to them, especially when we see the child as well. It really does evoke those feelings of family. So really wanting you and them to sort of, the outcome to be that you guys become a solid sort of family unit. Okay, the child does also talk quite a lot about, you know, things in their infancy. So if this is a new connection, they are really wanting to grow with you and grow from that childhood state to this stable, solid family unit. Okay, so but yeah, can just talk about, you know, new beginnings. Even if it's someone you have known for quite a long time, they're really wanting to sort of have that new, fresh element that you know, start some new things within the connection. The child really does talk about innocence and having that sense of adventure together and a bit of just wonderment at the connection as well. So as outcomes, you know, they are usually pretty neutral cards, but as outcomes, that's actually looking like we will be seeing a sudden change into a higher level of security between you and this person. And really, I can really feel the joy sort of coming through with that child card as well. So they're just kind of looking at you with this beautiful sense of joy. So like I said, with those overwhelming emotions, back in their feelings there, you know, it's something that is definitely positive. And with that rune talking about prosperity and joy, so we are seeing that repeated in quite a few of these little messages as well. So quite interesting for you there, Aries. I will grab you an oracle as well. So how does Aries person feel about Aries, please? How does Aries person feel about Aries, please? Okay, so we are seeing the love call card there, Aries. Okay, so when we saw that their next actions are going to be wanting to overcome any of these hurdles, I feel like they're kind of I feel like this is them sort of sitting there waiting for your call, sitting there waiting for you to tell them what the obstacles are so that they can, you know, get started on getting over them with you. You know, like I said, you know, it could be talking about having a bit of a conversation as well. So it does say on the card, someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. But when I'm talking about this is the way they're feeling about you. So it does kind of make me feel that this is sort of going the other way. They're waiting on you to call them sort of a vibe. They're wanting you to express that love and letting you know, let them know that you're thinking of them and whatnot. It could be reversed, but I would probably suggest, you know, it may pay to check their sign as well when that's uploaded and see what's going on more from what your energy towards them. It could really be an interesting dynamic. So, you know, but I do feel as though that's them actually, that, you know, wanting this conversation with you one way or another. Okay. But we'll have a look. We'll also have a bit of a look at the no contact. So if Sorry, I've just lost my pen there, Aries, sorry. So I'll just jot down our timestamp for us. So we'll just have a look at the no contact. So if there is someone that you consider your person and you're not currently in contact with this person, we kind of want to get a bit of goss and see what's going on with that, and what's going to be coming up with that connection that is currently in no contact. So Aries and their person that they're not in contact with, please. Aries and the person that they are not in contact with, please. Okay, and near future outcomes between Aries and the person that they are not currently in contact with, please. Okay, so the person that you're not in contact with, Aries, we are seeing the anchor and then the stork. Okay, so these cards actually kind of tell, it's a bit of a timeline story going on here, because what we're finding is the anchor kind of comes before the stork. I've drawn it in that order, and it definitely sort of comes in sort of timeline frame as well, because what we're sort of seeing is that this is feeling like the current energy. So we're a bit stuck. Obviously we're in no contact since we're doing the no contact situation there. But we are sort of a bit stuck at the moment, feeling weighed down by things that might have happened between the two of you there. So, they are, it does feel like it is still heavily on their mind if it's anchoring them in the one sort of spot, and they're feeling that this connection is quite stagnant and stopped at the moment, quite, with the anchor, it holds things in place. So that does feel like the current sort of energy where things are sort of just stagnant and, not moving anywhere. We need to pull up that anchor and, allow that contact to come on through, because what we are seeing is the stalk coming up next. Okay, and the stalk really does stir things up and bring in new changes. So, and you can see in this card it is a stalk in flight. Okay, so one of you are going to be probably reaching out soon, I would imagine. So we'll have a look in a second and see which one of you that needs to be. But the stalk in flight there, it really does sort of bring in new energy. So it really stirs up new changes. And it can talk quite a lot too about, bringing things home to nest as well, because we did see that house card in that previous, when we were talking about your person in general, we did see the house card. So it does have a bit of an element of wanting to sort of, get back to the nest as well with the stork card. Okay, so but traditionally the storks were the ones that bring in the babies. Okay, they carried the babies and dropped the babies off, right? So sometimes it can talk about pregnancy as well. So that may be something just to keep an eye out for as well, Aries. Obviously not going to resonate for everybody, but we're really talking about that pregnancy sort of stage, wanting to grow something and have this brand new life come on through. So with the stork card, we are definitely seeing that, the person that you're not in contact with, they really do want to sort of stir this up and have that contact by the feel of that, and bring some newness back into the connection. And by newness, I do mean contact. Okay, and as the outcomes there, we are once again sort of seeing that desire for contact with the birds and it's the dog. I was just checking whether he's more of a wolf or a dog, but he's like a German Shepherd in this card. Okay, so with the birds there, the birds quite a lot of the time does talk about excitement and chatter. So it's got that conversation kind of a feel to it as well. It can specifically talk about phone calls sometimes. So if, like I said, we'll look into it in a second. But it feels as though one or the other of you may need to call the other one. Okay, so we are definitely seeing some sort of communication with the birds card, and it does sort of evoke quite a lot of excitement as well with that, like the chitter chatter of birds, and they flitter and flutter around, quite an exciting little, you know hectic kind of an energy there, sort of get things moving, like with that stork card, get things moving, get things going, get it flying. Okay, so definitely a lot of excitement coming through as an outcome for this particular connection. So we are also seeing the dog. Now, the dog really does talk about a really strong sense of loyalty and compassion toward each other, that general support. It is a friendship card, because dogs are a man's best friend or whatever. So there may actually be a really super strong, platonic connection, as well as, that love connection as well. You guys may be able to sort of, with that birds card too, you guys might sort of have that sort of connection where you can talk for hours about everything, and it may just be a really super strong relationship based in friendship as well. But I am really feeling that loyalty coming on through with the dog card today for you there. So there really is a super strong connection between you and this person that you're not in contact with. We are seeing some communication and new energy coming on through. So we will sort of ask about, should Aries reach out to this person? Should Aries reach out to this person? or should Aries wait for this person to reach out to them? Will this person be reaching out to Aries, please? Okay, so we're kind of seeing that could go either way, you know. So if you do reach out with a bit of vulnerability, Aries, that's going to work out super successfully. We do have the Lily coming on through for that, and that does talk about intimacy. Okay, so that does really talk about like emotional intimacy and longevity. Okay, so if you were to reach out to this person, Aries, it really will bring through a lot of longevity in the connection. But also, I feel that it's sort of important to say that, you know, you will need to probably reach out with a little bit of vulnerability on your side as well, seeing as though that is talking about sort of emotional intimacy. So, you know, reaching out to this person and sort of letting them know how you feel about them may really work out really well. So we did sort of see that in that oracle that we did draw in that prior reading, you know, that love call. It did sort of say thinking of you and letting you know. So, and like I said, I felt like that was your person waiting for you to let them know how you feel. So I feel as though that would actually be a really perfect outcome if you were to reach out to this person, Aries. And we also are seeing though that they are quite, you know, they may possibly beat you to the punch as well, because they have got the ring as to whether they're going to reach out to you. So, you know, they do feel that this is a sort of infinite connection there with the infinity symbol above the ring, and the ring really does talk about, you know, strong connection and strong relationship. Okay, so I feel that if you were to leave it, they will eventually reach out to you, Aries. But I do feel that that may be you that needs to make that first move with this person that you're not in contact with. Okay, so I will just grab you a few more cards, I think, Aries. I don't know what we're actually drawing cards for right now, but I do feel drawn to grab a few more cards for you, Aries. So if there is something in particular that you want to know about your person, ask out loud now, or ask in your head now while I'm shuffling, and we'll see what we can do, because there is something else that's wanting to come out about your person, Aries. So let's see. What do we need to know about Aries person? What is it that we need to know about Aries person? And a bonus. Okay, so okay, so this might actually just be clarifying what we were just sort of talking about, Aries, as to whether you should reach out or not. So maybe we actually, when we have drawn, you know, the lily and then the ring for them, the lily for you and the ring for them. All right, so you know, the lily definitely is telling me yes, go ahead and reach out. The ring, I'm feeling actually, I'm actually going to sort of backtrack a little bit and say that because the letter has come out in reverse. Okay, so I'm actually feeling that even though they are feeling that this is an infinite connection and that you know, there is a strong relationship connection there. With the letter in reverse, they're wondering why the communication isn't there. Okay, because the next card after that was the mice card, and that really does talk about things, you know, nibbling away at them, eating away at them. So I feel like the person may actually be overthinking a little bit at the moment, and if they haven't actually reached out yet, or they don't in the next few days, that may be also resonating for some of you, Aries, that if they don't actually reach out, look, there's still the chance that they will, but like I said, I feel like it's going to be a much stronger connection redraw if you actually reached out to them. And I feel like they're overthinking why there has been no communication with those two cards. Like, because we're looking at no contact, particularly today, you know, and that's come out in the reverse, and that is a communication card. Okay, it talks about text, call, letters, all those sorts of things, emails and whatnot. And the mice really does talk about having a bit of a feeling of loss and things really chewing away at them. Okay, so I feel like they're really like kind of a bit lost and wondering, overthinking, definitely overthinking with this particular one, wondering why there is no contact, wondering why you haven't reached out to them. So I feel like they're waiting for you to reach out, and they may still reach out, if you do not. But like I said, I feel like it's, you know, it's going to be up to you, Aries, to actually reach out to this person. Once again, though, and we are seeing that child coming on through, so they are still trying to keep a sense of sort of innocence and hopefulness towards the situation. They are still hoping that you're going to reach on out to them, their Aries. But like I said, that either way, there is a strong connection between you and this person that you're not in contact with. And with that Lily card there, I feel that because that talks about longevity, I really do feel that you may need to be the one to jump on out and communicate their Aries, because we do see a lot more opportunity to reconcile or go back into contact with this person if you sort of reach out, like I said, with that sort of emotional intimacy. I feel like they need it to get out of this mouse energy. They're kind of, like I said, overthinking. They're feeling at a bit of loss. They don't know how to communicate to you. So yeah, a bit of intimacy emotionally may be exactly what they need to sort of spike that contact back on up for you guys and bring through those awesome outcomes for you there. So all the best, Aries. Let me know how that resonates for you guys. Like I said, it may not resonate for everybody. It is a collective reading at the end of the day. But make sure you do comment and let me know. And then you can also get in the draw for that free personal reading as well. But if this is where we leave each other, thank you so much for your time, Aries.